time you need to settle, just to arrive here. Kind of connecting back to the earth. Melting in little by little, or maybe right away you're just a puddle, able to sink deeply in. And if you weren't quite ready to answer that question, what brought you here, or if there's an intention for the practice, just let that flow around, breathe it in and out. Let's draw our hands to our faces, kind of on the temple edge of the face with the fingertips there. And just hold your face with love and care. Finding a couple breaths to settle. And with your hands on your face, it may give you more information as to how your neck might feel even more comfortable. Allow the touch of your hands to release the jaw a bit. And when you feel ready, slide those fingers and palms down the jaw edge of your face, just releasing the jaw. Let the chin tuck and the back of the neck lengthen while you're doing that. Let your breath flow. Let this be nice and slow and really sensual. You may stick out your tongue. That might feel amazing. You may yawn a time or two, or you may just spend a little extra time massaging some part of your face that feels like, oh, that's so good. And while you're touching here, see if you can also find attention to your back and your spine. And as we continue to melt into the earth, could you somehow get longer through your spine, more spacious? You might experiment with squeezing the belly in just a little bit. Continue to tuck the chin and lengthen the back of the neck. One more breath. Really sweeping through the whole jawbone. And then go ahead, hug your knees into your chest and give yourself a loving squeeze. And still continue to tuck the chin, so the back of the neck, the spine stays long from crown of head down through tailbone, and just rock it back and forth real gently. Of course, if stillness is better, choose that for yourself. Let your breath flow deeper. If you are rocking, let your head move with you side to side. Keep releasing that jaw if that felt really nice. And we'll go ahead and transition this to a happy baby, taking soles of feet or creases of knees or the calves, and rock side to side. Or be with stillness and just find that length of your spine. You might lengthen one leg out and then the other. That might feel amazing. Let this invite more breath. And as you've started to move a bit more, come back to the intention that you may have begun to form just a few minutes ago and see what's here. Let's bring the right foot down to the ground and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Take a moment to flex the left foot and send the left knee away with your hands. And then draw the right knee into our chest, even as you're sending left knee away. Thread your hands underneath that right thigh. Tuck your chin. Breathe into sensation. If you want, launch your right leg up to the sky, circling out your right ankles, or both ankles, as a matter of fact. Right knee hugs in, left one sends away. How can you make this pose even more fitting for you? Take one more breath. Right foot comes down, and we'll cross the left knee on top of the right knee. So your feet are sort of in line with your hips, And then draw your hands to those feet and take a little gentle tug in, very gently. Feeling those outer hips. Notice what's different if you flex your feet or just relax them or point them. How is your neck? How is your jaw? Take one more breath. And then draw the knees over to the right. And extend your left arm out and take a twist. Gazing into that left palm or wherever it feels okay for your neck. Squeezing your belly in on each exhale. Last breath in. And let's release back to center and just rock it out. Hug the knees in, maybe circle the knees with your hands. Tuck your chin again. Relax your jaw. Coming to happy baby, taking soles of feet or creases of knees. It might feel nice to rock it out or straighten one leg and then the other. Keep your spine long and your breath really open. And then we'll go ahead and bring the left foot down and cross the right ankle over the left thigh. And take a moment to flex your right foot and send your right knee away from your torso. Tuck your chin, get really long through the spine. Hug the knee into the chest, the left knee. Send the right knee away. Hands are holding that left thigh. And go ahead, maybe straighten your left leg up, maybe circle out the ankles. Both directions. So maybe a little squeeze to the shoulder blades this time down toward the mat. That might feel good, it may not. Again, how can you make this pose even better for you? Keep sending that right knee away. Take one last breath. And then bring the left foot back down and cross the right knee on top of the left knee. So they're kind of stacked. And the hands take hold. If you can't reach your feet, reach your shins or just pretend. Fake it till you make it. Wiggle around until you feel a sweet spot for you. Looks different for each of us. Take another breath. And as you're ready, bring it into a twist. Knees drawing over to the left, right arm reaching out to the right, twist. Let this invite in more breath. And a little more energy to the center, the core, squeezing the belly in on exhale. Gazing toward the right if that feels okay for your neck. Last breath. Come on back to center, hug the knees back in. And if it feels okay for you, rock and roll up and down the length of your spine. Keep your chin very tucked. If this isn't good for you, don't do it. We're gonna meet on all fours. So find your way to tabletop pose and work your way into cats and cows. So on inhale, lifting chin, chest, eyes, tail. And on exhale, rounding it out, squeezing the belly in, dropping the head, maybe shaking the tail a little bit, maybe shaking the head. And work it in your way and your timing. So really work with depth of breath first. So finding a full inhale, an extension point. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And on exhale, squeeze the belly in, Halloween cat, round the back, press your palms into the ground. Maybe even engage your pelvic floor a little bit. And work with it your way. Just have fun with it. Maybe you're creatively moving in a whole different way. Let this be a moment to awaken the spine and the breath. And the linking of the breath with movement. Any way you want to do that. We'll take a couple more rounds. Take a turn to relax the jaw, open the mouth, stick out the tongue somewhere along the way. And exhale, come to tabletop, next one. Crown of head lengthening forward, belly drawing in, right foot reaching back. Come on the ball of that right foot, spread the toes, and reach the right heel back and take a little bounce with your right heel spreading back. If you'd rather be in stillness rather than bounce, that's great. Go easy with your head and neck. Maybe move it around a little bit. And go ahead, launch that right leg up and back behind you. Reach the left arm forward, squeeze the belly in, and lengthen through your bones. Circle out through your wrist and ankle in both directions. Take a big breath in and reach a little bit longer. Inhale. And exhale, round and squeeze in, elbow to knee. Drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, extend out. And we're going to take the left arm to the left and the right leg to the right. Long, straight. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, squeeze in, round in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arm and leg side to side. Choose your gaze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round, squeeze, tuck chin. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, arm and leg side to side. We have one last. Reach it out. Inhale. Exhale, round it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side to side. Lengthen long, breath in. Left hand comes down, right foot comes down. Reach your right arm high. And then lengthen it over your ear and spread the whole right side body. Choose a place that your head feels good, but spread into the outer edge of the right foot. Reach through each fingertip and open your waistline. Choose your gaze. Let it feel good. Go ahead. If it feels nice, reach your right leg up into space. And if it feels nice, reach back for your right foot or ankle, opening the front of that right thigh. So almost a sideways dancer's pose. Notice it. Enjoy. Expand upon it. And then release back to all fours and just move it around your funky way, whatever it is. Hips, shoulders, head, shaking it out, swirling it around, opening rib spaces. Let's come into the second side, lengthening your left foot back behind you. And spread the toes and you're on the ball of the foot. Maybe it feels great to bounce it. Maybe stillness is better for you. Deepen your breath. And let's float left leg up into space. Reach your right arm forward. Draw your belly in and extend, extend, extend through the bones. Circle out your wrist and ankle, both directions. Reach a little longer. Inhale. Exhale, round and squeeze in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arm and leg side to side, left leg to the left, right hand to the right, right arm to the right. Inhale, reach, center. Exhale, squeeze, round. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, side to side. Inhale, lengthen, two more. Exhale, squeeze around, belly strong. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side to side. Choose your gaze, by the way. Last one, reach out. Exhale, round it in. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, side to side. Reach and lengthen arm and leg. Right hand comes down, left foot comes down. Left arm reaches up and then over ear and spread. All the way from the outer edge of the left foot, right through the left fingertips. Just take your time to walk yourself through that awareness in your body sensation experience. What might feel even better right now? If it feels nice, launch your left leg up into space. And if it feels nice, reach back for your back foot or ankle and pull back, opening up. Opening the heart, opening the belly, opening the thigh. Choose the gaze. Last breath. Let's release. Come on back to all fours and just move it around your way. Let's meet in a child pose, setting your heels, your hips back to your heels, and just bow down, forehead down, surrender, letting go. Arms are active and reaching forward. Hips are pulling back. Take a moment to kind of, you're not going to move your palms, but like squeegee them in toward your knees and squeegee your knees in toward your palms, just engaging the core, the front body. Feel how that feels. Breath in. And then send it away. The palms press away from those knees. There's more of a relaxed point. And you might try that a couple times. Just notice which phase feels better for you. The palms kind of dragging in toward the knees dragging in toward the palms, or the palms pressing away. One more breath in. And let's transition downward facing dog. Hips come high, head bows heavy. Just nod it yes and notice what your yes is today in your life, on your mat here. And then shake it out no. And notice what your no's are these days or today. Here on your mat or off. Palms press forward, heels drop down, sitting bones rise. It might feel really nice to bend one knee and then the other, and just walk it out a little bit. And let's turn the toes toward the left and the heels toward the right and spread through the left side. Pulling back through that left hip, pressing your palm forward. And then turn the toes to the right and the heels to the left. Again, pulling back through your outer right hip, spreading your right palm forward, opening the side body. Let's come on back to center and reach the right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee, roll that hip open. Both palms firmly planted, drop the right armpit. Straighten your left leg, still in this open phase. So really reach through the right leg as your hips are stacked. You're pulling your right leg a little back behind you. You feel a beautiful stretch for the psoas, perhaps. And then launch your right leg on up. Square the hips. Leg is straight. Inhale. Exhale, round and squeeze in knee to nose and step your right foot forward. Let's sink down onto the left knee and turn the right toes out to about a 45-degree angle. Come up on the knife edge of that right foot. And we'll stay high for now, but just rock it side to side just a little bit. Just feeling into the hips and letting the gaze go right and left. Noticing where you feel the openings. And let's move back to center. Turn the toes of the right foot back forward. You're still down on your left knee, but reach your hands up to your front thigh and sink your hips down deep. And let's reach the arms high and interlace the hands and sink those hips and drop the shoulders and launch the belly and the heart and the palms high. Breathing into this beautiful shape. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Let's straighten the right leg and pull back through the hips, bowing the head. Now, if you have blocks, now's a nice time to make sure they're around to the front of your mat. You might place the hands on blocks. You may not need it. You choose. Bow your head and pull back through your hips. If it feels nice, you can reach the right toes up off the ground. So you're just on the right heel. Bowing the head, pulling back through the hips, lengthening the spine. Last breath. And let's step back strong, high plank. Coming all the way down to the belly. Rising your way up to a Cobra Pose. Shoulders drop, heart lifts. Legs are long and strong. And just play by bending one knee and then the other. Be gentle. Don't overengage your hamstrings. Just take your time. Come up a little higher, both feet plant to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, forehead back to the ground. Inhale, press high plank. Exhale, press downward facing dog. Breath in and a nice sigh out. Left leg flows to the sky. Bend that knee and roll open. And pull your left foot towards your right shoulder. And drop the left armpit. Keeping the shape, but stretching the left leg straight. So you might continue to press your left foot toward your right shoulder. Get a nice opening for the psoas in the front. Still pulling back through the outer right hip. Launch your left leg high to the sky, square your hips, inhale. And exhale, step your left foot forward, sink down on your right knee, turn your left toes out to a 45-degree angle or so, and come up on the knife edge of that left foot and just rock it a little side to side. You're down on your right knee and you're moving, your head is kind of gazing right to left, your hips are rocking, all kinds of places to feel and experience this. Enjoy. Find your breath again. Coming back to center, turn the toes of the left foot back to the front of your mat. Hands walk up to front thighs, sink your hips deep. Interlacing your hands this time at the low back, drop your shoulders, lift your chest, sink deep, deep, deep. Breathe full. Heart lifts and rises. Maybe there's a little back bend here right now. Enjoy. And we'll go ahead, release the hands, pull your hips back, straighten both legs, bow your head, maybe blocks come in handy here, whatever's right for you. Let your head go, let your spine elongate. Maybe lift your left toes off the ground, just coming up on the heel of the left foot. And let your body be your guide. Perhaps squeezing the belly on each exhale. Just to remind yourself the core is there for you. Last breath. Let's go ahead and step it back, high plank. Again, all the way down to the belly. Rise up, straighten the arms to your degree, bend one knee and then the other. Just playing with this with ease as best you can. Perhaps rising a little higher as the feet plant back down. The heart lifts and opens, stretch through the thighs. And plant the forehead down. Inhale, press up, plank pose. Exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale everything out. Bend your knees, look forward. Spring step or float to the front. Reach out, flat back, inhale. Fold it out, exhale, bow. Ragdoll pose, so walk your feet wide and bend your knees a lot. Find a place for your hands that feels really right for you. Could be tucked under your feet like I'm doing, or you could have them on blocks. You might take opposite hand to opposite elbow, swaying out side to side, feels amazing. And let's all give a try to interlace the hands behind the back, reaching the arms high. Knees could be bent a lot. Our arms are reaching up, 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 away from the earth. Head is bowing down, down, down. Arms are reaching up and then over perhaps a little bit, and maybe a little sway side to side. Take another breath. Exhale the hands down to your head and just slide your hands along the back of your skull, the back of your neck, smoothing out the cares, the worries, the wrinkles. Take your time moving through your hair, your face, your shoulders. Release the hands down to the ground. Bend your knees, toe heel your feet together, and rise your way gently, gently, gently up to standing. Reach the arms out wide and high. Big breath in. Woo, and exhale right through the midline, right to the heart center, straight to the heart. And just feel your left hand pressing into your right hand. And your left hand is encasing your whole left sphere, your whole left side. And your right hand is representing your whole right side. Sides press right into midline. Inhale the arms high. Exhale, fold, bow low, let it go. Inhale, reach out, flat back, belly strong. Exhale, step or jump, high plank. Making our way to hovering, chaturanga. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, your version, upward dog, or any back bend that feels good. Exhale, down dog, pull it on back. Inhale the right leg super high to the sky, hips square. Exhale, step the right foot forward, stay on the ball of the left foot, and we'll rise, reaching those arms high. Breath in. Exhale, knee touches down to or toward the floor. Inhale, re-extend that back heel. Exhale, bend knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Extend, link thumbs, open up. Lift your heart, sink your hips, take a breath. We're gonna fly into left ankle over right thigh. Balance pose, sink your hips back. Elbows come to either side of that front shin. And breathe into it. Maybe they land, maybe they don't. Hips draw back, crown of head reaches forward. Awesome stretch for those glutes, last breath. Let's swing wide, warrior two. Give a little shimmy out to your shoulders, find your dance. Reverse your warrior, straightening your right leg. Inhale, open the right side body. How relaxed is your head and neck? Exhale, let's hinge, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right hand comes down, may land on a block or your shin or the floor. And find the breath to spin your belly and your ribs and your heart. Lengthening through the tail and the crown of the head. Flowing the left arm either to the sky to feel into your wingspan between your two arms, or over your ear to get even more of that whole left side body stretch. Take a last breath. Let's come into warrior two, and again, reverse the warrior. And side angle lunge, elbow to thigh. Left arm extends over ear, and this time take a big wide circle with that left arm. And if you're feeling called, you can reach your right arm forward, taking yourself just into your legs. Last breath. Straighten your right knee, turn your toes in, your heels out. Hands to the hips, heart high for a moment. Take a little back bend, make a little offering out your heart. And hinge the hips, fold, swan forward. Bow the head, hands land to the earth. Head might land on a block or the floor or just floating. And breathe deep into this goodness. Spread into the outer edges of your feet. Engage your legs. If you have a headstand practice, you might press up into a headstand, a tripod headstand. Inhale, find your flat back. Land on down if you're in the headstand. Exhale, turn yourself to face front. And go ahead, step back strong, high plank. Moving through Vinyasa, low push-up. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Left leg flows to the sky, big breath in. Let's step that left foot forward and find your high lunge. Find your feet. Reach the arms on up. And we're gonna take some touchdowns. So bending the right knee, sinking down, sinking through those hips. You'll feel nice opening for the front of the hip. And extend. Inhale, reach that heel back. Exhale, knee bends. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, re-extend. One more. Bend the knee. And extend. And we're gonna fly into the figure four. Hands come to the heart. Right ankle crosses over left thigh. Flex that right foot. Sink your hips back in space. Elbows reach down. Crown of head lengthens forward. Find your breath, find your balance. Find your yes, even if it's a little bit of a no. Find your yes. And swing wide, warrior two. Find your dance. Through the arms, through the spine, through the head, through your jaw. Reverse your warrior and straighten your left leg. Opening up. Big breath in. Exhale, long, long, long through the left side. Left hand lands down to the floor or block or shin. Find the firmness of your legs and then turn your heart up and express through your arms and your gaze. The cherries on top. Really come first into your feet, your toes, your legs, moving into your spine, and then into the arms, the upper body. Last breath here. Let's go ahead and rise, rise, rise. Warrior two. Reverse that warrior. Inhale. And exhale, side angle, left elbow to thigh. Right arm comes into a big windmill circle. Big wide circle. Follow with your eyes. Again, if you choose to unweight your left arm and reach it forward, go ahead and find that. And we'll go ahead and return to warrior two and straighten your left knee. And this time turn your toes out and your heels in. Draw your hands to your heart and sink into horse pose. So deepen through those hips. And let's now bring the hands to the thighs and just drop your hands in toward the earth and just let those thighs release. And here it's a great release for the buttocks actually. So you're looking for that glute release. Here it is. See if you can find it. Releasing through the tailbone and the glutes. Opening energy into the heart. Coming on up. Turning to face the front of your mat. Let's go ahead and find our way back to downward dog any way you want to get there. Maybe it's through vinyasa. Maybe not. When you've landed in down dog, give your head a nod yes and a shake out no. And notice what you are saying yes to and what you are saying no to. Spread each palm, roll the inner elbows forward, pull the inner thighs back. Take a big breath in. Exhale everything out. Bend your knees, look forward, spring step or float to the front. Lift and lengthen, flat back, reach long. Exhale, full bow. Really let that head go. Roll your way up to standing. Reach the arms wide and high. Inhale. Maybe look up. And exhale straight down through the middle. Really just slicing right through yourself. And then take that moment to press the right sphere of yourself into your palm, into the left. And press the left sphere of yourself or hemisphere into your right palm. Feeling yourself connected in the middle. Left arm floats high. And shift your weight onto your left foot and take hold of your right foot with your right hand. And you want to turn your thumb like you're hitchhiking. So your shoulder remains open as you take hold of that right foot, the inner right foot with the inner right palm. And just take a moment to draw the knees together and tuck through the tail and lift through the heart. And this might be it. This might be like, oh, this is just so much interesting stuff here to explore. If you wish to come deeper, lift that back thigh, keep your chest lifted. Natarajasana, dancer's pose. Anything goes, enjoy it. One more breath. Let's swing open, warrior two. Take a little dance with your arms. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle lunge, elbow to thigh. Reach the right arm over the ear. Wrap your top arm around your back, this time for a half bind. Just land the pose. Get long through the spine and the limbs. And let's release. Again, sinking down, this time on the right knee, turning your left toes out. And this time come down a little deeper onto your forearms. Bow your head. Shake it out. And it might feel nice again to sway side to side. And come back up. Turn your toes, your left toes forward, and turn toward the inner left thigh. Left hand pressing into outer left thigh knee. Sink your hips deep. So your heart is spinning toward the sky to the left. And if it feels okay, bend your right knee and reach back for your right foot. Knees draw in toward one another, heart spinning high. Really awesome opening for that left thigh, that right thigh. Last breath. Feel the fullness of the moment. And release. And pull your hips back. Your hips land down towards your right heel and your spine lengthens out over the extended left leg. Left feet, left toes are flexed. Foot is flexed, headed bows. Maybe it lands on a block or a blanket. Spine gets really long. Breath gets really deep. Pull back through that outer left hip. Can you get a little longer through the spine, maybe on the left side especially? Take one last breath in and a nice sigh out. And then walk yourself forward and step your right foot up to meet your left. Reach out long and bow down low. Take a moment to just move your hands through your hair, your head. And roll your way gently, gently, gently up to standing. Take your time. Circle out your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists, your fingers. And let's bring the right ear to the right shoulder or toward the right shoulder. Right hand to left ear. And just opening, big opening stretch for the left side. Again, it might feel wonderful to use your fingers around your scalp or your hair. Might feel nice to tuck your chin a little bit. Releasing as you're ready, and other side, left ear toward left shoulder. Left hand comes to the left, to the right ear, circling out your right shoulder. And just experiment, explore, open. Notice what's connected to what. Sides do not have to be the same. And release and just shake out your head and maybe lift your throat to the sky, supporting with your hands the back of your neck or your shoulders, opening the throat. Come back to neutral, stand at the front of your mat, and just bring your hands by your sides for mountain pose. And imagining the right hemisphere pushing toward the left and the left hemisphere pushing toward the right, bringing you back to midline. Reaching your right arm high, shifting your weight to your right foot, hitchhike that left thumb back behind you and take hold of your inner left foot and draw your knees together and pause. And again, really tweak this with interest and curiosity and deepen into it in your own way, in your own time, in your own pace. The heart is open, the thigh might lift a little or a lot. Fill your breath in and out. Feel the fullness of this moment. Celebrate it. And let's swing wide, warrior two. Inhale, reverse that warrior. Exhale, side angle, elbow to thigh. Left arm reaches over ear and then wraps around for the half bind, wrapping your left arm around your back. And just a quick heartbeat to land into this beautiful pose. Touching in on it, Really celebrating your fullness of it. And then let's release on out. Bring your left knee down, turn your right toes out, come on the knife edge of that right foot. And this time we bow, we come, if it's possible to you, onto forearms. If not, honor your body, work with anything that really is a yes for you. And there are many sensations possible for you to notice, so probably countless, endless. Start with breath. Let's turn the right toes forward. And right hand comes to outer right thigh, pressing hand into thigh, thigh into hand. Spin your belly and your heart toward the right. Chest as well, ribs. And if it feels okay, bend that back knee, take hold of the back foot. And deepen into this your way. See if you can keep your heart open and high. And again, really choose your focus. Lots going on here. Knees drawing in toward midline, left thigh opening, heart opening, strength and balance. One more breath. Release and pull your hips back, lengthen out your right leg, and bow, lengthen, expand, breathe, release. How could this pose be even sweeter? Last breath. Let's walk it forward, and this time step your right foot back to meet your left. Reach your right leg high, bend the knee, roll that hip open. Go ahead one more time, straightening out that right leg as the hip rolls open, pulling long. And then step your right foot to meet your left and sink down for pigeon pose, hips drop, heart lifts. And you can stay high as long as you like. The hands planting, the heart lifting, the knee centered. Big full breath. And then fold in. Maybe you're already there. Maybe props feel really good under your front of your body or the head, the face, the third eye. Just slowing down now. Really, again, like we started, sort of melting into the ground and giving these glutes a chance to really just do their thing, let go. Wiggles might be helpful, touch might be helpful. Releasing the head, the thoughts. Breathing into the nervous system to really make it more gentle and calm and relaxed. Last breath. Let's rise. Keep the right knee bent. And let's just take a quickie twist, swinging the left leg up and across that bent right knee. Right arm wraps around that bent left knee. Take your thumb to drop your hip crease, that left hip crease as you stand. Spin toward the left. Also a really great opener for the hip. Twisting, opening, heart opening, gaze directed. Last breath. Let's unwind. And like we did on our back, stack one knee on top of the other. And this time thread your fingers through your toes. And you may choose to stay upright. The hips, the feet might be really close to the hips, or you could walk them further away. And maybe you take a little bow, folding just a little bit, maybe a lot. Maybe your head touches your knees. More block. Last couple breaths. Just a quick visit here. Noticing sensations through your body. Really syncing them up with this moment. And let's unwind and step our way back, downward facing dog, and use this time in dog to just release. Maybe open further than you've opened the whole class in one way or another, whatever that might mean to you. Launch your left leg high, bend the knee, roll open, spread open. Straighten the left leg even as you're in this opening, turning, twisting, stacking, left on right. And go ahead, step your left foot to meet your right wrist. Sink your hips, lift your heart, just to settle yourself in and follow your timing, your flow to full bow forward. You might decide to stay upright. That might just feel just perfect for you. Wherever you are, slow the energy, slow the pace down. Let go into what is right here, right now. And craft it for yourself in the way that you can most ideally craft this moment. Sometimes our moments are really uncomfortable or challenging, but how could you make it, as close to what you're looking for as possible? How could you melt and meld a little more into the earth? And let's rise. And keep your left knee bent and swing your right knee up and around and across that bent left knee. Wrap your left arm around your bent right knee. Right thumb comes to hip crease and create some space and length, dropping the outer right hip, bringing you into twist spin. Knee draws in towards your chest as your heart spins to the right. This compression might feel amazing. Just go with every moment. Let it be, let it be, let it be. See how your gentle surfing guidance takes you a little deeper into what you're hoping for. Even if it's not what you're hoping for, it is leading you towards what you're wishing for. I'm certain of that, if the intention is there. Unwind and stack top knee over bottom knee. And thread your fingers through your toe spaces. Amazing feeling. And get long through your spine. Take a moment to just receive yourself exactly as you are and as you are becoming. That may lead you into a gentle or a deeper forward fold over these hips, these legs. Surrendering your head. And then rising your way back up and release the legs and shake them out as you find your way to lying onto your back. And this is the moment for you to choose a last minute pose before you come into Shavasana. So it could be Shavasana. Maybe you're just ready to lie down and let go and be supported. Cover your eyes. You may wish for one other moment to just settle your body just the way you wish for it. Maybe a bridge pose or an inversion or some core work, all on offer. But eventually, shortly, finding your way to union so that you're ready to to let go. To let go into this moment. To let go into not doing anymore. And just being. Settling in. Expressing what wants to be expressed. And then letting that lie, letting that be. Allowing your breath to deepen. Especially the exhale of letting go. Allow your body to settle. Maybe in a place that you haven't found ease yet, or you've been working with. Ease it. Send release there. And feel the peace of silence for some minutes. I will call you out shortly at this moment. Taking a big breath in. And a long breath out. Inhaling full, deep, and slow. Exhale, let it go. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and let your head roll easy side to side. And when you're ready, roll on your side and curl up and hug yourself into yourself. Really giving yourself a loving hug. A hug of just love that is never ending, of support, perhaps a little cheerleading or reminding yourself in a positive way. If there's anything to let go of, drop your forehead down to or toward the floor and just release it out with a breath or a word or a sound. No one can hear you except maybe your cat or your pet, your partner. Rise your way up to seated. And pause when you've reached your seat. And from that pausing root down through your pelvis and your legs and your feet. Imagining you're a beautiful spring bulb planting yourself in for the season. And let yourself rise from that sensation that spring is coming and new energy is entering, and you're just ready when you're ready to shoot up toward the sun. Draw your hands to your heart, just allowing your heart to imagine that shooting open, that beautiful energy. And then lift your hands to your third eye and touch into your softness, your all-knowing way that we are as sentient beings. And let's bow to one another. Namaste.